only about 4 things.
I would be honest. And also, I love the animals.
Okay, something good.
That's a good one.
Crime film in Soviet Russia. Okay.
Do they all say that?
Crime film in Soviet Russia.
They all say that.
Crime film is a genre.
Oh, it's crime
So I'm writing a chapter for this volume on genres in Russian, East European, and Soviet cinema. And the chapter I'm doing is about crime film in Soviet Russia. And specifically, I was asked to address the issue of crime as a social construct and its cinematic representations in Stalinist cinema. So when I looked at Stalinist film criticism and at films, I actually learned that there was no crime in Stalinist. So the project is actually about, it's a very interesting project, the invention of crime as a kind of the invention of individual sovereignty. Because if you have, even as a villain character in the cinematic text, the right to have a desire to commit a crime, you already have the right to have a desire, an individual desire. So my project is basically about this particular one. I'm looking into the invention of crime as the way to invent in post-Stalinist cinema and in contemporary Russian cinema individual sovereignty, and so crime, I guess, is good for us. It seems. So I guess I'll let you choose another thing which I say.
Do you have a revolver that I could use?
I think I have bullets. So what does it say?
It says, crime film in Soviet Russia.
So, okay. This is called a lame bear device. A lame bear device. That's what Russian forwardist critics kind of call it. You know what?
You got a bag of tricks?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's a bag of tricks. I completely forgot about this. So, one interesting topic, talking about crime in post-Stalinist cinema. Crime is connected to the birth of consumerism, of a desire to consume. That's a big, actually, chunk of my chapter. And consumerism began from music, actually. There was a state-sponsored music, right, which was produced on these big vinyl LPs, right? And then what if you want to listen what the government doesn't allow you to listen? But then you sell it. Then you became an ultimate criminal because you become a capitalist. You make profit. So what do you use to make music in a gulag-run country?
What?
Bowls. This is called, well, concentration camp. It's called music on the bones. This is an X-ray. What if I would love to listen to my favorite singer, right? I forgot his name. That's my problem as an Eastern European. I always forget my performance. He's you can help me. It's an African-American singer. He sings a lot about Christmas. He is not, many critics wrote at his time. Let me go. So this is banned in the Soviet Union. Because when I bought it at the flea market, I was wondering, what the hell did they record here in the 1950s? I bought a turntable, because I don't have it, and started playing it. It's Nat King Cole. Chestnuts. Yeah, I don't know this.
You told Charlie about this?
Huh?
You told Charlie? Charlie McCollum?
I think. No. Yeah, I must. Yeah. So, this is the crime. Music on the ribs. Music on the bones.
Bones? Like bones?
Yeah, bones. Yeah. So, quite a few crime films from the 1950s from the Soviet Union are about these terrible, terrible black marketeers who make this music on the bones and then illicitly sell it and corrupt human, like Soviet minds, or not really, well, Soviet minds in this case, with napkin coal. Yeah, I always suspected, yeah, let me see. Oh, yeah.
Tell me when to shut up. Okay. I have another list of things. Let me see. I want to.
Are they all the same?
I like to. They're all about crime film, right? All right. Okay. Let me see. Choose this one. Russian movie theater project. Okay, Russian movie theater project. I wanted to talk about this project because it's kind of teaching/research project, and because this is not fully my project.
Okay.
It's a project, yeah. So this guy was feeling from the state. I'm really kind of into dialogical, kind of Bakhtinian interaction with other programs, departments, and this particular project, the inspiration for it I got from Arthur Knight and from Williamsburg Documentary Project. Only in our case, we're doing it about our project about movie going in St. Petersburg. It's an oral history project. And every summer when we go to Russia, it takes the entire year to prepare for this field trip. We conduct oral history interviews. And it takes us the entire year after to transcribe and to analyze them. Usually it takes us, I think for a 40-minute interview, one semester to get it to the stage where we can put it online in the digital archive of SWAM library. But again, what for me is valuable in this project is that it's collaboration with a different program, with American Studies and Film Studies, and students do an authentic, very low grade, but authentic research across the language border and across the cultural border, which is extremely hard.